So what comes to your mind when you think of the word stagnation? Do you think of like a very gross, murky pond that's mosquito infected and probably slimy and green? Well, I want to introduce you to a different kind of stagnation. In the Bible, we're told of the story of the Israelites. God had rescued them from the hands of the Egyptians, and they were now going to the Promised Land. It was a journey that was only supposed to take them roughly about 2 weeks, but ended up taking them 40 years. And in that time period, they were doing a lot. There was a lot of activity. They would get married probably, some were raising children, some had livestock. They would get up in the morning, go collect manna. They were even worshiping God in that 40-year period. But the problem was, in all of that, it was just activity, and it was motion without actually having progress. Because where God was concerned, the goal, the mission, was them getting to the Promised Land, and everything they did outside of that was stagnation. Another example that we have is from the Bible in the parable of the talents. A lot of us think the third servant did absolutely nothing, but in reality, he did do something. He took his talent, dug up a hole in the ground and then hid it. And then in the meantime, as he was waiting for the master, he was probably doing other things. But the problem was when the master came back, all of his efforts and all of his activity and movement, it amounted to nothing. Because when the master left, he left them with a mission or a goal or a mandate. And everything that he had done so far did not advance that mandate. So to you who are watching this, now that you have a different definition of stagnation, now that you know that God has given you a purpose and a mission and a mandate, and he, requires you to fulfill it, are you going to take the path of motion and activity and movement, or are you going to take the path of progress?